Humans tend to prefer cute, diminutive pets that fit easily inside a house or apartment. From puppies to kittens, the most popular animals are rarely larger than the average human. But this is not representative of the animal kingdom, which has numerous enormous creatures of varied species. Today, we're looking at the 10 tallest animals ever recorded. Blue whales are not only the largest living species of animal, they are the largest species of animal ever recorded, including dinosaurs. Scientists have determined two causes for the blue whale's massive size. First, the blue whale lives in the ocean. Since the ocean covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface, whales have plenty of room to grow and swim. Another contributor to the blue whale's size is that weightless feeling you've probably noticed if you've ever floated in a swimming pool. It's similar to the weightlessness astronauts feel when they're in a low-gravity situation in outer space. Unlike humans, the blue whale does not rely on its skeleton to support its huge body. Instead, the whale relies on the buoyancy of the water around it to keep its body afloat. So, how long is the largest specimen ever discovered? The largest blue whale ever measured 111 feet from head to tail, making it the length of 3 school buses parked back to back. This whale was estimated to weigh 200 tons, far more than any living thing in the history of the world. The heart of a blue whale is the size of a car, and their blood vessels are so large you could swim through them. The title of the world's largest dinosaur has been extremely contentious over the years. Because paleontologists only have fossil records to make their claims, several dinosaurs have held the distinction before new fossils were found. Paleontologists rarely discover an entire skeleton. They're more likely to uncover bone fragments and then try to estimate a profile of height and weight. The title of the heaviest goes to the Argentinosaurus, which weighed as much as 90 tons and subsisted on a fully vegetarian diet. However, most scientists believe the Argentinosaurus is the tallest dinosaur in history, with a length of more than 120 feet long from nose to tail. This dinosaur's closest titanosaur relative appears to have been the much smaller Saltosaurus, clocking in at a mere 10 tons and living a few million years later. Given its enormous size, it would be surprising if Argentinosaurus could move much faster than a slowly taxiing 747 jet airplane. According to one analysis, the dinosaur ambled along at a top speed of 5 miles per hour, presumably inflicting plenty of collateral damage along the way. If Argentinosaurus congregated in herds, as seems likely, even a slow-moving stampede triggered by a hungry Giganotosaurus could have wiped the average watering hole completely off the Mesozoic map. Sauroposeidon is a dinosaur that lived approximately 110 million years ago, during the Cretaceous period. It was first discovered in 1994 along the Oklahoma and Texas border by Dr. Richard Cifelli and his team from the Oklahoma Museum of Natural History. It was named Earthquake God Lizard because it was believed that when this dinosaur walked, the whole Earth shook due to its size. This dinosaur was 100 feet long, 60 feet high, and weighed in excess of 60 tons. Its neck was about a third longer than that of its closest relative, Brachiosaurus. Its neck was so large its individual vertebrae were over 4 feet long and looked more like the trunks of trees than spinal bones. Sauroposeidon was an herbivore that probably lived off of leaves and other plant material. However, it must have required a whole lot of plant material to keep this massive dinosaur alive. It probably feasted on tons of conifers and early flowering trees. It is also believed that there wouldn't have been any predators big enough to have been able to take down a full-size Sauroposeidon. It is believed that once these dinosaurs reached maturity, then they would have been safe from virtually all attacks from carnivores. The Megalodon, which went extinct millions of years ago, was the largest shark ever to prowl the oceans, and one of the largest fish on record. The scientific name, Carcharocles megalodon, means giant tooth, and for good reason. Its massive teeth are almost 3 times larger than the teeth of a modern great white shark. The megalodon's fossilized bones and teeth give scientists major clues about what the creature was like and when it died off. Megalodon was the largest fish ever known, a designation based on discoveries of hundreds of fossil teeth and a handful of vertebrae. Estimates of body length are calculated using the statistical relationship between the size of Megalodon's fossil teeth and the teeth and body mass of modern white sharks and other living relatives. This data suggests that mature adult megalodons had a mean length of 10.2 meters, the largest specimens measuring 17.9 meters long. Some scientists, however, contend that the largest forms may have measured up to 25 meters long. Studies estimate that adult body mass ranged from roughly 30 metric tons to more than 65 metric tons, adult females being larger than adult males. Squids have fascinated humans for millennia. They are the source of many nautical legends, including the fabled Kraken, which was said to eat ships and sailors alive along the coast of Greenland and Norway. Of course, these legends have been greatly exaggerated, but one can understand how sailors came to these spectacular conclusions. Giant squids are a perfect example of a concept called deep-sea gigantism, which states that animals tend to grow more massive as they descend deeper into the cold, dark abysses of the ocean. Though there have been very few sightings, and the creatures have only been documented when they washed up on shore, giant squids can reach at least 43 feet long. But believe it or not, giant squids are not the largest known squid species. Colossal squids are even rarer, but they can grow to at least 46 feet in length and 1,650 pounds, making it the largest known invertebrate in the world. Though the animals use different methods to kill their prey, both have two enormous feeding tentacles that kill the animal before bringing it to their 8 ambulatory tentacles and beak. Nicknamed titanosaurs for their massive stature, many dinosaurs dwarfed modern-day animals. Though the blue whale is still the largest animal in the history of the world by mass, many other reptiles were longer and taller. One of the largest titanosaurs, possibly the largest according to some sources, was Dreadnoughtus. It had a total length of roughly 100 feet and an estimated mass of about 65 tons. Dreadnoughtus is known from rock deposits in southern Patagonia, Argentina, that date to about 77 million years ago. The Dreadnoughtus dinosaur weighed more than 7 Tyrannosaurus rex put together. And what is really amazing is that scientists estimate that the largest specimen ever found was not fully grown yet. When scientists discovered this specimen, they found that it had over 70% of its bones preserved. It is believed that this dinosaur was so well preserved because of the way it died. It appears to have died suddenly during a flood, and the quickly rising sediment helped preserve it. The paleontologists who discovered Dreadnoughtus also speculated that it may have used its long muscular tail to fend off potential predators. Spinosaurus was the biggest of all the carnivorous dinosaurs, larger than Tyrannosaurus and Giganotosaurus. It lived during part of the Cretaceous period, about 112 million to 97 million years ago, roaming the swamps of North Africa. 2 Spinosaurus species have been named based on the regions where they were discovered, the Egyptian spine lizard and the Moroccan spine lizard. Spinosaurus means spine lizard, an appropriate descriptor, as the dinosaur had very long spines growing on its back to form what is referred to as a sail. The distinctive spines, which grew out of the animal's back vertebrae, were up to 2.1 meters long and were likely connected to one another by skin. The dinosaur itself was more than 50 feet long. For decades, reconstructions of its bulky body have ended in a long, narrowing tail, like the ones on its many theropod cousins. There has been much scientific debate regarding the evolution and purpose of Spinosaurus' sail. Because of its size, the dinosaur did not have many predators, but the sail could have been used to ward off enemies, as the dinosaur would have appeared to be twice its size with the sail fully extended. The dinosaur's upper spine was fairly flexible, and its vertebrae had ball and socket joints, meaning it was likely able to arch its back to a point. It may have been able to spread the sail when threatened, or looking to attract a mate. The largest toothed predator in history is the sperm whale. Sperm whales are easily recognized by their massive heads and prominent rounded foreheads. They have the largest brain of any creature known to have lived on Earth. Their heads also hold large quantities of a substance called spermaceta. Whalers once believed that the oily fluid was sperm, but scientists still do not understand the function of spermaceta. One common theory is that the fluid, which hardens to wax when cold, helps the whale alter its buoyancy so it can dive deep and rise again. Sperm whales are known to dive as deep as 3,280 feet in search of squid to eat. These giant mammals must hold their breath for up to 90 minutes on such dives. They range in size from a whopping 16 to 20 meters long. Commercial whaling from 1800 to the 1980s greatly decreased the sperm whale population worldwide. The International Whaling Commission placed a moratorium on commercial whaling in 1986. The species is still recovering, and its numbers are likely increasing. Currently, there is no exact accounting of the total number of sperm whales worldwide. The best estimate of the worldwide sperm whale population is between 300,000 and 450,000 individuals. Giraffes are the tallest living animals in the world, according to the Smithsonian National Zoological Park. A giraffe's neck alone is 1.8 meters long and weighs about 272 kilograms. The animal's legs are also 2 meters long. Females grow up to 4.3 meters tall and weigh up to 680 kilos, while males grow up to 5.5 meters tall and weigh up to 1,360 kilos. They have a distinct spotted coat, with no two giraffes having the exact same pattern. This means that giraffes can be individually identified from their coats, a feature that is often used in the study of wild giraffe populations. The reason for the long neck is debated among scientists, but it is useful for reaching food at the top of tall trees. The added height is good for spotting approaching predators, and males use their long necks to compete with other males, a fight known as necking. Male giraffes swing their long necks and repeatedly headbutt the other's body. Males with longer and stronger necks tend to win these fights, and often get the female. It is thought, therefore, that longer necks may also help when attracting females. The African elephant is both the largest and heaviest land animal living on Earth today. They are slightly larger than their Asian cousins and can be identified by their larger ears. African elephants are a keystone species, meaning they play a critical role in their ecosystem. Also known as ecosystem engineers, elephants shape their habitat in many ways. During the dry season, they use their tusks to dig out dry riverbeds and create watering holes many animals can drink from. Their dung is full of seeds, helping plants spread across the environment. The larger species can grow over 13 feet tall at the shoulder and weigh 13,000 pounds or more. Numbering 3 to 5 million in the last century, African elephant populations were severely reduced to its current levels because of hunting. In the 1980s, an estimated 100,000 elephants were killed each year, and up to 80% of herds were lost in some regions. In recent years, growing demand for ivory, particularly from Asia, has led to a surge in poaching. Populations of elephants, especially in southern and eastern Africa, that once showed promising signs of recovery, could be at risk due to the recent surge in poaching for the illegal ivory trade. In addition, commercial lodging, plantations for biofuels, and extractive industries like logging and mining not only destroy habitat, but also open access to remote elephant forests for poachers.